as predicted, it seems as though he is going to be singled out, targeted and indeed challenged by his campmates.
That's what the show's all about, actually. Matt Hancock's already achieved 2 firsts. Being on the front page of every newspaper before he even went into the jungle, and secondly, being the first politician to be the main event for the show. I have to admit, I didn't achieve that in 2010. Not surprisingly, people are having a go at him now. Not everybody seems to know who he is, to be honest with you. But the ones who do, like Boy George, had a strong reaction. I think he said he would have left if his mum had died. So this is the big test for Matt. Can he actually achieve his outreach? Can he rehabilitate himself in some way? I think, to me, that's the most interesting question for the next few days.
I don't think he can, because I think Lembit, he's going to be voted for. He'll have to do every single test so he experiences maximum humiliation.
Yeah.
And then I suspect when the votes come, he'll be one of the first off.
Well, we've got some footage of him doing his first trial last night, so let's have a little look at that, because I think you might be right, Andrew, but I suppose in terms of the public's view, it'll be how he handles it. And he was squealing quite a lot during this last night, which is good entertainment. And the public might fall for it. I don't know. What do you think,
Oh,
Lembit?
they might.
Well, there are 2 things. Gillian McKeith was in my year, and she fainted, or at least appeared to be fainting. As a result, she was voted in for every single trial. And I think, ironically, that's one reason she was 4th place at the end. She did really well, because she was great entertainment. Now, here's the dilemma for Matt Hancock. If he wants to look like he's a real tough guy, and he's not fazed by the trials, they might stop voting him for the trials and do what Andrew just said and vote him off because it's boring. On the other hand, and that's maybe to some extent what happened to me, because I got voted for the first trial because I was probably the most hated person in the jungle in my year. But I did the trial well, and so it wasn't interesting because Lembit didn't collapse and turn into a gibbering wreck. On the other hand, a lot of people just want to punish him, and they don't really care whether he does well or not. They want him to have to eat all that rubbish. Well, as well as eating humble pie, eat witchetty grubs and everything else. So I don't really know, but I do think that people underestimate Matt. I think he's actually a more decent person than people make out, makes very human mistakes. But centrally, he is actually quite tough. So I would be surprised if he crashes and burns psychologically.